Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I wanted to show you a Battlefield 1 map early, and that map is Amiens France. Hopefully I pronounced that right because I practiced it a lot, but I think that this map is beautiful in its own way, and it's very unique in Battlefield 1 because it's very close quarters, very tight, and very urban. I should note in the beginning of this video that it is sponsored by EA. I unfortunately was too sick to attend the capture event, so they opted to fly out J-Hub to capture gameplay both for himself and to share with me. So you're watching J-Hub's gameplay, which was sponsored by EA. FTC disclosures, and big shout out to J-Hub for doing it for me. I really appreciate that. You can find a link down there to his channel in the description, and he's covering other maps today that I am not. But Amiens France is by far the most urban map in the game. Now St. Quentin Scar is also very urban, but this one is the least destroyed, so it's going to look the most like a city that you are familiar with. And generally speaking, it's more urban than St. Quentin Scar, because Scar is like a village. It's like a really small village that's been blown up. This is an actual huge, dense, well, formerly dense population, densely populated European city. So it is very tight, lots of corridors, lots of cluster, and it's one of the least destroyed maps in the game, which is good because that means you get to destroy even more of it. The map is roughly divided into a series of narrow lanes on the roads and alleyways, each one of them being a choke point from hell. I mean, you're seeing it over and over again here for a reason. Various buildings can be accessed. You can climb into and snipe out of the windows or use shortcuts and stuff like that. I'd probably say about a third to half of them are accessible, and there are several open areas that you can go through. One of them is the destroyed building section. There was part of the city that was bombed or artillery shelled, so it's fairly open with some rubble of buildings left behind. There are public plazas that you can go through, trolleys, and a small park. There's even a train track area that's very open, but it does have a super train, so you need to watch out for the super train. It's like the other ones, it'll kill you very quickly. And I think that this map is going to be best for our aspiring medics out there because of the close quartersness and the amount of corners. Because of the close quarters combat, that means that you can pop in and out really quickly and hit people with your magic morphine needle and bring them back to life, whereas in other maps, going out to revive people would be an absolute death sentence. Same kind of thing, you can throw down a lot of health packs, and your teammates will typically be around long enough for you to get points off of them because they're just going to be taking cover behind all of the corners. It is also excellent for gas and smoke grenades for pretty obvious reasons. There's not a lot of places to go, so the smoke really does work on this map. Historically speaking, this map is, or Amiens in general, is the site of the 100 Days Offensive near the very end of the Great War, and that is the offensive that would eventually lead to the very end of World War I. So I've talked enough about this map as it is. I'm going to shut up and go to raw gameplay for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to pick up in a couple of minutes and talk about the second map and show its raw gameplay as well.
We are losing objective butter. Attackers remain.
Five eyes on the shock trooper. You see, there, medic. You see him, shock trooper. Throwing a grenade.
What Amiens is to St. Quentin's Scar, Fao Fortress is to Sinai Desert. Fao Fortress is kind of like the scarier, closer quarters, uglier version of Sinai Desert, and by uglier I mean more chaotic and violent. It's actually quite a beautiful map because it's very scenic. You fight on a beach with trees, with water, with a landing, with ships shooting mortars, and some crazy close quarters combat. It really feels like you're assaulting the beach. It's very fun, very chaotic, and J-Hub just opted not to snipe this time around. He wanted to go with this light machine gun and just kind of go and hose everybody into oblivion. So you'll see a lot of that, but the really cool part of this map is that after you're done assaulting the beach, you get to fight inside of a castle. No joke, a freaking castle. Literally in the castle. And that's cool whether you're assaulting or defending. We're playing Rush right here, and fighting inside the castle is going to be fun whether you're defending the castle from invaders or whether you're trying to siege the castle. It is cool assaulting or defending. What's even cooler is this battle actually happened in World War I. The British Empire fought against the Ottoman Empire at Foul Landing, which did have a castle. The British sieged the beach, like in the first part of Rush, and then they had to assault the castle with the Ottomans inside, which lasted a very long time. You can read about it, but it was a very ugly fight. Later, they would win and push the Ottomans out, and they would retreat and fight all the way back. But the goal was to take this landing or castle from them so that they could control the Persian Gulf. And like most World War I battles, it was full of bluster and then brutality. All these English gentlemen thought it would just be easy to roll up on the Ottoman Empire, but they were very, very mistaken. Anyway, the map plays quite well for Rush. Conquest seemed a little bit more chaotic, but Rush, since it's closest to history, floated my boat the best. The first thing you do is defend the beach, and then the castle, and then you defend where we're seeing gameplay right now in the train yard. And this is probably where the defenders have the overall best chance. It's actually easier to defend this sand dune than it is to defend the castle, or maybe my guys just didn't quite know what they were doing. But this is a great part to snipe. You can kind of see the little oasis over there. Finally, after this, you'll fall back into two smaller villages that force more LMG and urban combat, a little bit of spray and pray and gas and that sort of stuff. Oh! And there's horses. Horses are coming back on this map. They're very popular. They're big bullet magnets again, but they're very fun. Overall, this looks like a better, more fun version of Sinai Desert. Sinai Desert is amazing in some ways. The scale of the map, the sheer range at which you can snipe, the importance of the vehicles. But if you like more like gun-on-gun combat, like close quarter stuff, this is basically Sinai Desert all up in your face. That's all I've got to say about the map, and that's all I'm going to be saying for the rest of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm going to hop out so you guys can enjoy some more raw gameplay. Drifter out.
50 attackers remain. We are losing objective apples. We have lost objective.
Victory is ours. We have a foothold beside the Great Suez Canal, a secure base we can use to launch our fight back against the Imperial.